Well, hello and welcome to a new video. Today we are doing another reviewing the reviews on the one and only Mercury retrograde by Huda Beauty. So I just did a video where I talk about all of my Huda Beauty products, and this one is definitely my most favorite, and it's actually one of my most favorite eyeshadow palette ever. I am strongly and deeply emotionally attached to this palette. So many great memories are attached to this palette, so much so that I feel like I'm not being completely objective when it comes to the quality of it. I still think it's amazing. The mattes blend nicely, the shimmers are, oh my god, so beautiful, and I do love the color story, which, like I said yesterday, is nothing like anything else I own in my collection. This is really very, very special. But like I said, because I am so attached to this palette, I feel like I love it more than maybe someone else might. And so I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go onto the Sephora website and check what are people saying about my love, and I'm just gonna be offended. So on the Sephora US website, there are 705 ratings and reviews. It is 85% recommended. It has a note of 4.4 stars out of 5. So I'm first gonna go and read a bunch of 5 stars reviews and see what people think about this. Someone says shadow toppers are where it's at. Okay, this product is gold. I buy her shadows mostly for the eyeshadow toppers. They're amazing. I wish she sold them individually. Okay. I'm a fan of Huda Beauty palettes. They are all so pretty with different shades and glitters. Buy them all. I love the glittery foils in this palette. I always reach for it for a night out. Favorite palette. This palette blends better than any of my other palettes. Wouldn't go that far. The colors are gorgeous and the shimmer shades are just stunning. It has good staying power and it never looks cakey on my eyelids. It's absolutely stunning and my go-to palette for neutral looks and subtle pops of color. This palette is everything. I have headband on almost every matte shade. They are so blendable. The glitters, shimmers are amazing. I just use my finger and the payoff is insane. I get so many compliments when I wear this palette. The colors are all super wearable for daytime, so you get a lot out of this palette. The mattes are super soft and easy to blend. The shimmers are lovely and really make your eyes sparkle. This is the perfect palette because you have the option to go natural or colorful. It's very lovely. I hit pan in a couple of shades and I would repurchase. I don't know if you can tell, but I have dented this shade in particular quite a bit. I do agree that the mattes are easily blendable. I wouldn't call it my most blendable palette ever. I mean, I cannot do that to Natasha Denona, but yeah, these are good mattes, easy to work with, and the shimmers indeed are really the stars of the show. Some of them have so many different reflective lights. It's gorgeous. I mean, I cannot understand how you could look at this and be like, yeah, I don't get it. But it's the name of the game, so I'm now going to go and check out 1-star reviews. Okay, let's see what we have. Bought this palette during the summer and shades Galaxy and Supermoon were crumbly and falling out of the pan when I first opened the palette. Disappointed because I really liked the shade Galaxy in particular. I have to store this palette flat or these shades will just straight up fall out of the pan. So let's see. Galaxy is this one. This is so pretty. I don't have any issue of, you know, that shade being crumbly. And then she talks about Supermoon. Ooh, I love that shade as well. This one is a bit more crumbly. Like you might get a little bit of fallout, especially if you try to work it with a brush in your inner corner. I do have other palettes, namely ABH. She does have quite a few crumbly metallic shades at time. I don't mind as far as I know ahead of time so that I know to be extra careful. But yeah, I mean, for the shades to just almost pop out of the palette, that's an issue. I was so excited about this palette. The shadows are super soft, and so my first palette arrived broken. It's not that soft. Mine isn't that soft. The color Mercury was one I was most excited about, but it isn't nearly as vibrant as it looks online or in the pan. I tried using it wet and applying with a finger, but this one just sucked. It's on the way back to Sephora, and unfortunately. Mercury, let's see. So Mercury is this one right here. It's a bit duochrome, like it has a bit of a blue and purple. I mean, I think it's gorgeous. It's definitely not my most used shade in this palette because it's very blue, but it has so many different shifts. Like yeah, I think it's pretty. I'm not sure if I got a bad palette since so many people love it, but I didn't. The metallic glitter colors were the absolute worst. I used my finger, a dry brush, and a wet brush, and nothing, no color payoff. I tried making this palette work because I love all of Huda's eyeshadow palettes, but this one did not work for me. Okay, I thought this was going to be like the Huda Beauty Nude palette where the shimmer eyeshadows are bold and seem metallic and represent the true hue. But when I put on this retrograde palette shimmer eyeshadow, they are more glittery and show little pigment on my eyelids. I am a light tan person, and when I put them on, I felt like putting on kindergarten eyeshadow. Come on! That's mean! As much as I tried to build the eyeshadow, it seemed translucent, and that teal color that shimmers is actually a gray color with teal glitter. Like, no! These colors don't show up with a lot of pigment. The only ones I could say that are not glittery and show slightly metallic are the bronze tones, which many eyeshadow palettes already have. I mean, this is the one I just swatched. This is not gray with blue glitter. No, it's not. And I agree that maybe this shade is more shiny than it is like a true metallic. But like, look how pretty they are. Look at this one. See the different reflex you can see in that? I don't know. I don't understand what people are complaining about. I think it's gorgeous. Colors are washed out and not pigmented enough. They take forever to build up. Blendability is dodgy. I was really unimpressed. I'm very disappointed with this palette. I'm really surprised from the positive reviews. I have two Huda Beauty eyeshadow palettes, Nude and Rose Gold, which are very good and easy to use, but this one is terrible. The matte colors in the second row are very light and most of them are base colors, but the big problem's not here. It's about the shimmer and glitter colors. They have very bad formulation. For example, the purple color, I tried to apply it 10 times and it doesn't show up nicely on my eyelid. The same story for other glittery colors. It's 88 Canadian dollars. It should be easy and fun to wear, so I don't know how I can like this palette and enjoy using it. And then someone says, I am sadly very disappointed in this palette. I love the colors and the special glittery shades are gorgeous as a swatch. I find it very difficult to use a brush with them after trying all kinds of different brushes, still to no avail. They really require using your fingers, which I don't like to do. I think I want to return this palette. Okay, this I agree with. It's just, to me, not a big deal. Indeed, most of the shimmery metallic shades, you're better off just using your finger or a damp brush, but really your finger is going to be what is best. But that is the case with so many other eyeshadows, even like very much high-end and pricey eyeshadows, you know what I mean? So to me, that is not a problem. I don't mind if I have to use my finger. I actually do that all the time. I did it today with another palette, so it's really not that big of a deal. But indeed, if you want a shimmer that you just slightly wet a brush and boom, you have a super metallic shine, yes, you're not going to get that from this palette, that's for sure. However, like I said, I don't mind. I also do agree that some of those shades are light. So depending on your skin tone, this might not necessarily work super well for you. This isn't a palette that I think everyone should have and that I think would work for everyone and that I would recommend, like, regardless, get this palette, you're gonna love it. The color story, definitely, I find it interesting, but because it is interesting, I'm pretty sure some people are just not gonna like it. If you're into neutrals, like, don't get this. Like, it's not gonna be of any use for you. But as much as I wouldn't go ahead and recommend just anyone to go and grab this palette, I still think it's an amazing one. I love it. Beyond the emotional attachment I have for this, I think that the color story is just very special, and the shimmery shades in my book are gorgeous. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel because it's free, so why not? And I will see you guys next time. Bye!